Hello, 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 hello. Alright. Today, well, not today, I think yesterday, beginning of the WoW 21st anniversary. Ooh. Um, so yeah, today's episode is me getting to the WoW anniversary, but that's way too easy. Wow, that's set to calendar. Eastern Kingdoms. There we go. I'm gonna make a blood elf, start all the way up here at the top of Eastern Kingdoms, and make my way all the way down to Booty Bay, get on a ship, sail over, make my way down to the anniversary. And I will be keeping a death counter, as you can see, uh, and see how many tries it takes me to get down there. Well, hello there. Welcome back. I know, it's been a while. Perfect. So, let's make our way all the way to the WoW anniversary. How do I sound, by the way? Loud, quiet? I don't know. Let's try it out. I don't know what to make. I could cheat and make a rogue and hide all my way down. I would have to level. I could also do a mage and polymorph. I'm very quiet. I'm very, very quiet. Did that do anything? Is that better or worse? Oh, I think I know the problem. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Much better. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I I guess I had it set wrong. Welcome, welcome. All right. So for those of you that didn't hear that, I'm going to make my blood elf walk all the way down to Booty Bay to get my way to the WoW 21st anniversary. Will I be able to get there in time? I don't know. Let's find out. Now, I could do a rogue, cheat my way there. I could make a paladin and bubble a lot. I could make a mage, and as I level up, maybe get polymorph or something weird. I could get a hunter and have a pet help me out. I can't do any of those. Well, yeah, I can't do any hero classes because I technically wouldn't be starting in their starter zone. The real question is, how do I cheat? How do I cheat? I might do a rogue. Yeah, let's do a rogue at first. I will die a lot, as you can notice by the death counter up top. I will die quite a bit, but let's test that out. I'm gonna randomize his name. That looks sick. I like it. And randomize his look. Let's get something weird going on. I kind of like that. Always go with Fox. Can't do Exile's Reach. Alright, let's make my way. Have I ever played a rogue before? A little bit. If you noticed in the videos, Dirk, the lawyer, he's a rogue. And also Dirk the all-seeing. he's a rogue. I'm not gonna pick up any quests. I will only be able to gain experience from killing things and loading in new zones. Gotta say, Dirk is one of my favorite skit like players. I'm afraid people don't like Dirk Do you like Dirk? We kind of like him, but we don't want to, like, overuse him. Dirk, I love Dirk. Dirk the All-Amazing. This is gonna be a long challenge. You know, you always forget how big, yet also small the world is. I should have done something that had more speed. But as I level up, I'll eventually get stealth and I'll be able to hide around people. Does he have lore? Oh, Dirk has a whole family. We have so much information about Dirk, but I can't reveal it just yet. Dirk has a ton of lore. I feel like I'm gonna die really quick. But as I remember, as I load into new territories, it'll give me experience. Making my way downtown. So, because this is about the anniversary for World of Warcraft. Oh, it started like at the beginning of the week. Man, I'm behind. Big stuff has been going on behind the scenes. A lot of stuff has. Ah, Quel'Thalas. Yes. Welcome, Jake. Welcome. We are not here to check out Quel'Thalas, though. We're here to make our way to the 21st anniversary. You'll notice with the death counter at the top of the screen. Hopefully it's visible. I need to make my way there. All the way from a level 1 blood elf running all the way there. Will I die? I'm gonna use Booty Bay. Even though I'm terrified that I will easily die. I feel like, you know what? I think there is safer routes. Because I am technically a Horde player, I could cheat. I mean, I could have just gone straight into Silvermoon and took the portal systems. But I really want to see how far I can run down. Thanks, I'm at work, so I'll be lurking. That's good. We like lurkers. Let's not walk directly down the scar. Maybe I want to be on the other side. No, I'll stay on this road for now. And there's a tiger right on the other side. I don't want to use... I might do that later. I think I might do that later. Because I don't want to feel like I'm cheating. Like, definitely portals is like a quick way to travel. I mean, I could easily get to the Caverns of Time. I could just turn around, use the portal system. If not, I could stop by Undercity, use their portal system, but I really don't want to do that. I could use the airships, go to Orgrimmar and work my way down. But I want to see how far I can get all the way to Booty Bay, and then Booty Bay to Ratchet. That seems very counterintuitive, because if I just start, if I use the Zeppelins up here in Undercity, it'll still roughly take me into the same location. Or, because I am a rogue, if I gain enough experience, I can get stealth onto an Alliance ship, and make my way closer down. But that would be for fun. Whoops, wrong area. Well, yeah, let's go closer to the scar. Am I excited for Thanksgiving? Absolutely. That's when you get the best food. Thanksgiving, in my eyes, is like a second-rated Christmas. They kind of just blend together. Oh, that's a lot of red. It's been 50,000 years, but he's back. Oh, I pulled red. Guards. What level is he? Oh, he's level 1? Oh. Okay. I thought he was like level 5. This feels like Average Joe again. This is not Average Joe, by the way. Colonel, how's it going? Alright, I need to get rid of that. What do I have? I have a heal, I have arcane. You know, I got the usual. Kind of want to look around, but I can't. Colonel, I'm making my way down to Booty Bay. It's the WoW's 21st anniversary. I have to get there on time. I might be late by a couple of days, because technically it started at the beginning of the week. But hey, it's the 21st, all right? 21st day. I'll make it in time. Don't mind the death counter. That will stay 0. If it's one thing I know about me, is it will stay 0. All right. If these guys are actually really low level, yeah, I could cut through here. I think it's once I get further in, that'll be the problem. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. I have nothing to fear. Now, if this was like classic, then I would have something to fear. On this momentous day, it is time to celebrate the anniversary of World of Warcraft. Not much, been working all the time, especially for WoW. Yeah. We've had a pretty busy couple of weeks. So that's why we've been offline. But everything's getting set in stone. We will be back and be bigger than ever before. Mostly because there will hopefully be no breaks. It's time to talk about the history of World of Warcraft. Blizzard was a small company. It actually wasn't called Blizzard at first. It was called like Brain Rock Games or something stupid. I can't remember what. It was something else. And then they created Three Lost Vikings, Racer, like a racing game, some other stuff, and then they stumbled upon Warcraft. It was beautiful. Grinding links. SpongeBob episode with Mr. Krabs where he rings the bell. Give it up for day 15. Give it up. Give it up. I leveled up. Finally. Let's put a heal over here. And then Warcraft slowly turned into World of Warcraft. I need a remix. We were playing a little bit of remix. I kind of liked it. They really changed up the systems. Like they said when it first came out, they just want us to really break the game. And boy howdy, can you overpower your hero weapon. It's pretty crazy. Alright, I'm almost there. Almost out of the Ghostlands. Should have probably taken the other path. Yeah, I'll take the other path. But I'm still safe. Everything's safe. Nah, you're fine. Don't reword anything. I main on remix? Of course it's gotta be a paladin. And because I'm remixing with Dry and a couple of friends of the guild, of the new guild I should say, of the new guild of the rewritten. So we all made alliance characters. It's disgusting. I hate every second I have to play an alliance character, but you know, Gotta do what you gotta do when the percentage of people prefer to play Alliance people for some reason. So I'm a human paladin. Or was I a Draenei paladin? Can't remember. It's been a while. Again. Well, what about you guys? What are you playing on Remix? Never got to ask you when you were ready to play. Am I ready to pay for a completely separate currency? I hate that idea, but I knew it was going to happen. I made one Alliance Druid. But I'm loving a Warlock. Heck yeah. The separate currency idea for the player housing, I knew they were going to do it. It's like the trading post thing. And how they were even debating on making trading post currency being able to be bought with real life currency. And that's when it would have been completely disgusting. And they haven't done it yet. So when they were talking about housing, I had a feeling that they were going to just slip straight into, oh, we're going to be implementing, you have to purchase with cash the player housing currency to buy in-game stuff. And if they do that, then it's disgusting, it's horrible, I don't want it. But if they do it where it's kind of like traders post, where you have to go do dungeons and delves and quests and stuff like that, I'll be okay with that. But what they really should do is not have anything like the trader post. It really should just be, this is your housing, these are quests that you can go on, / achievements, / just little things to do to gain the currency, and just don't connect real life currency with it. As long as it doesn't connect real life currency, I'm happy. They're doing kind of a weird job with the trading posts because it's monthly, but this will be like all around. This will be all the time, remember? Blizzard. But we got to have money. No, you don't have to have money. What level is this? Oh my gosh! Oh. Okay. Let's, that's sad. Blizzard gets plenty of money on their own.
You're bad at this.
Dry, be quiet.
You're bad. Ha!
Yes, Dry is here. Let's try a rogue again. I kind of liked that. I kind of liked a rogue. Let's make a female this time. And then let me there we go. You got me distracted. Jailer was all a part of the master plan. The jailer is always a part of the master plan. There's like a side of me that wants to stay here and just grind so I can level up a little bit. But going into the Plague Lands, I would have to be like level 20. And that would take a while. And I'm too lazy for that. I want to get a part of this quicker. I really don't want to see a literal triple A studio ask for more money. And I understand why. Like, you're a company. You have to make money. They are slowly losing money because they are making horrible decisions. And to fix their horrible decision, they want to do an even worse decision by asking for more money. The only way that I think I would ever truly leave the game itself, which Blizzard has done a lot. They've done a lot of horrible retcons. They've done a lot of horrible like ideas, and they've changed like purchasing power. I genuinely hate it. And for a while there, I didn't play WoW for the longest time, but I've always stayed. When offline, I always read the books. I always read the lore. I always kept up with it. But if they genuinely did something horrible enough for me to leave, that would be the moment when WoW truly, truly died. Come over to Ascension. Maybe. But you gotta think about it like this. Nixium did a great video on it, where he showed a skit of, oh my god, Shadowlands, WoW is dead. And then it would be, oh my god, Legion, WoW is dead. Oh my god, Warlords of Draenor, WoW is dead. Oh my god, Missa Pandaria with a bunch of pandas, WoW is dead. Oh my god, Cataclysm, the worst expansion ever, WoW is dead. Oh my gosh, Wrath of the Lich King, this is pretty good. WoW is gonna die after this. And then, like, you know, it progressed. It always went back. They always kept on saying, WoW's dead, WoW's dead. But it just kept going. And that has to deal a lot with, like, players and what they're shooting for. And you got to keep in mind that our generation, we grew up with playing WoW when it kind of originally came out. And so everything that comes out, we see as pure trash, because it is. And then the newer generation, they have to cater to them. You have to cater, and that goes for like any game that comes out. You have to cater to that next generation. And if that generation likes some story writing that is a little bit different, less gory, then they have to cater to that. WoW died. Yeah, but you get it. You say it happened when Arthas died. Wait, WoW died with Arthas. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jailer. The Jailer in Shadowlands was the biggest hit to WoW, because the three main hits that happened was Cataclysm, mainly because for the system, and they were trying to like fix that up, and people hated it. People dropped. That was the biggest drop in numbers, and I think it was like the one time the numbers genuinely dropped. And then the next time was Warlords of Draenor, and I feel like that happened because you don't mess with time. No matter what media you are writing in, the only time you're allowed to mess with time is when you make a joke about it. If you add jokes like Back to the Future, or what's I forget the names. Man, I can't believe I forgot that show. Or not show, the movie. Whenever you talk about the future or like time travel, you have to make it a comedy. Austin Powers, you know, but WoW is trying to take it serious, and you can't do serious, otherwise it messes with stuff. Never do time travel. And then the last big hit that happened was Shadowlands, and I feel like that was genuinely obvious and needed. But the problem, honest, I can't wait for Ascension WoW and WoD Legion. It sounds cool. It does sound cool, but I've never played on a private server. WoW, just really, Blizzard, I should say, Blizzard needs to go back to old writing. And we say that because we prefer what they've done with the past. Like Doctor Who. Yeah. It's a timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. You know, it's a joke. It's a semi-comedy mixed in with serious, but there's always the skits of comedy. That was the main problem with Shadowlands. You're right. Shadowlands, they retconned a bunch of stuff. I do not have auto loot on, so once I get out of here, I'll have to switch that. That explains so much. Combat action bars. There we go. All right. But yeah, with Cataclysm, it was dungeons and raids and finders. With Warlords, it was a little bit of the writing and also like setup and trying to make everything look nice. And it was like a new style to try out, and people kind of liked it. And you were trapped in your garrison constantly, and that was the main problem. It was all gameplay, but with Shadowlands, it was all lore. It was all story writing. Because let's face it, no matter how much you trash on Shadowlands, beautiful art. Our generation, we want to see old Blizzard writing. You and I, we both like the gritty and disgusting and the story that used to be there with people doing mass atrocities all over this game. That's why you loved everyone throughout the entire world, is because they had depth to them. Gothic culture. But it's true. And now the generation that's coming out is not into that stuff. They think, ew, that's gross. But look at Skullomance, a family who sold their souls to a bunch of necromancers and then were tortured there. After hearing the screams below, they were like, hey guys, can you not do that? And they're like, sure, but now you're gonna scream. And then they kept it up. If you like, this is all like cartoony. You look around, you see everything, the models and the textures and the styles of the creatures. Everything's a bit toony. It's a bit jokey. But once you like really read into it and really look at everything, like the Death Scar, there's bones and nastiness and dark and gringy. Everything's gross. There's huge mushrooms. Imagine breathing this air in. It would be disgusting. It would be plagued. It would be death. But like, you can't do that in today's writing because people don't want that for some reason. I don't understand that generation. They're weird. But if you think about it this way, is that everything throughout history, the pendulum swings. And soon it will swing back, and grunge will come back in a big swing, where people are like, I'm tired of being treated like a baby. I want cool stuff again. I want spikes and skulls on spikes with more skulls and on fire. Old Skullomance will always be your OG story. Yes, because it's true. You look at Skullomance. We just actually, Dry and I, a while ago, we researched the Half-Orcan because we looked up Rexxar. And Rexxar was in, like, let's face it, Rexxar is awesome. We love Rexxar. I looked up his, like, original story and his clan. It is atrocious. It is dark. It is devastating. It is unheard of, and they would never write like that ever again. But it's awesome. It's sick. It's twisted. That's your favorite parts about this game. But you can't write about like that stuff in today's society. Otherwise you get culture banned. You get made fun of. You get pushed away. People are like, that's not in my society. His campaign in the Frozen Throne is cool. Exactly. So will it become dark and gritty again? I think they tried that in Shadowlands, but let's face it, it was a complete fail. But then they did Dragonflight, where friendship is magic, and we are one, and My Little Pony, Starlight Excellent. You know, that kind of stuff. Hero only champion, kind of. Yeah, that's another thing. Is back during Classic, you were a farmer who was enlisted into the army because they needed more numbers. And that left you open to a world of possibilities. And when you picked a profession, you know, you felt like you were actually doing a profession. You made it feel like you could be an adventurer. You could be this kind of class and style. You had meaning to everything. All right, now I need to be careful. I might actually die again. You had to be, you know, you felt like you had a purpose in this world. But now, especially after Legion, you are the champion. You are champion. Champion, come help me. Champion, you are great. Champion, let me polish your shoes. Oh, you're the champion. And the game was less about the whole world working together, and now it's, I rely on you, champion. And when you raise yourself on that high of a pedestal, it's bad. It's genuinely bad. Wow, I don't know where to go. I could climb this cliff and kind of go around. I definitely can't sneak through these two people. If only I had, like, speed. Yes, Dry?
Sorry, I heard you talking. It's kind of like becoming too important at work.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you're just like, you're the champion. You're like, thanks.
Thanks, leave me alone.
Can I leave now? And everyone's like, no.
No.
No, you have to help us.
Actually, here's more work.
Yeah, here's more work. And you have to be even better and cooler and popular. And everything's handed to us on a silver platter. And we can never lose because the hero never loses.
Of course the hero never loses.
But it's not a good storytelling mechanic if we always win. We're like, we were going to lose in midnight. I'll believe it when I see it.
That's another thing. Is like, they set up for a villain, and then they're done with it. And they just throw it in the trash. Villain, hero, win, trash. And it's like, I just met this guy like a day ago.
Okay. It needs to simmer more. Let WoW simmer more besides just, what's that one guy's name in Dragonflight? He stole the Dark Heart, we never saw him again.
Oh, Eridicron.
Eridicron.
So he'll come back. I feel like it is interesting. They let him simmer just a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, Dementius, well, I guess he was simmering for longer than anyone else. But mainly the jailer. We literally just learned about him. And supposedly he's the most evil guy in all of creation. And now we must bow to him.
Well, the problem with Dementius is that, yeah, he simmered a little bit, but it's over quickly. As soon as they introduce him, it's like a couple weeks, and then we kill him.
Yeah, for like people that don't read the lore, he was quick.
Yeah.
Because if you read the lore, you hear about Dementius constantly, and how he's the Void Lord. He is like the god of consumption, and you know they talk about him a lot. I just saw Wolf. But when you're in game, you like just hear about him, and then you just kill him within 2 patches. Was it?
Oh yeah, it was 2 patches.
It's nuts. It's insane. I don't think I should go that way. Where am I? That's Scholomance.
They did have a very unique battle with him, but they didn't. After you kill something, it just feels very. It feels very hollow. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we killed him, and then immediately we're on to the next villain because, of course, I mean, nobody saw it coming. Zalpath did betray us.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody saw it coming, so.
It was weird.
I'll let you keep streaming, but I just had to come in and say that.
Dry, you're always invited.
Have fun, boys.
But yeah, I think where that really drove me nuts was in Legion, especially with Sargeras. Oh, I'm surrounded by red names. So you guys know Sargeras. Like, he is the name in World of Warcraft history. It is the Titan that betrayed everyone in the Pantheon and, like, killed them. That is Sargeras. He is the reason behind everything until they made it the jailer. But, like, all of a sudden in Legion, we finally get to see Sargeras for 2 seconds, doesn't say a single word except for no, maybe, unless he was just mumbling something, and gets zapped away and then fights Illidan. And that's it. The man himself, and we see him for 2 seconds. Him and the Legion. Yeah, and then we don't talk about the Legion anymore. We defeated the Legion. That really ticked me off. Like, it's Sargeras. They pretty much are responsible for everything bad that's ever happened. Yeah. And then they show him for 2 seconds and then just zap him away. I always liked how they kept on saying, Sargeras is coming, Sargeras is coming, he's on his way, he's on his way. And then they're like, brother, your crusade is over. Where is he? He's in the clouds above the planet. How long has he been there? When the rift was opened? Oh, something tells me these signs mean I should stay away. Okay, the roads are keeping me safe. He's in a cloud? Yeah. Yeah, he's in... I take it you didn't play Legion. So throughout the entire game, how they always kept on saying, like, Sargeras is on his way to Azeroth to corrupt her. And then we summon the Pantheon because we save all the Titan souls. And then they say, brother, your crusade is over. And they shoot a laser beam into clouds. And then Sargeras comes out of it. And he's like, owie, that hurts. Did they run out of budget? I don't know. I am heading the wrong direction. I could cheat by going through the coastline. I really don't want to go through the town. I might hit the water. So that's right behind me. Yeah, let's go this way. I like this guy. He looks goofy. Well, his avatar comes out of the clouds itself. I have to be careful with this town. I don't like the trees. They could be hiding wolves. But yeah, it all stems back to you have to write for the generation that you want for them to buy your video game. And right now, our generation is working more. They don't have time to play video games. So you have to write for that generation that has time to play video games. And they're failing on both fronts. No! No! Foreman Jarrus got me. Out of everything, why a cloud? A demon warship is a portal. He was too big for riding on a ship. I guess he could have shrunk himself. Alright, what if I really cheat this time? I'm gonna try Rogue again. I'm gonna really cheat this time and just go down the coastline. I just have to be careful like murlocs and stuff like that. But before I move, I'll look up the cinematic with... Wow.
Return home, children of Azeroth.
So yeah, we finally get to meet the Pantheon. We fight beside them.
Every choice, every sacrifice has led me to this moment.
The empty seat.
Face him once again. You are not coming with us. The hunter is nothing without the hunt. Did you not see this fate, prophet? Fate. Our survival was never in fate's hands. Light be with you, Illidan Stormwraith.
Goofy. He's like, I don't want your light. Yeah, if only Blizzard actually did make the movie. You see, he's a cloud.
Your crusade is over.
There he is. The one guy about the entire video game that is set up through everything before we even know about the jailer. And there he is. He was the one that corrupted the Eridar, Illid, or whatever, the Draenei people, but they weren't Draenei. That's when they changed their names. I think it was Eridar. The Eridar, he corrupted the orcs. He corrupted everybody on Azeroth. He corrupted Medivh, created the Dark Portal. He created the Legion. He did everything. He's the reason for the war. The Scourge, yes. It was, you know, him doing stuff. And then this is what we get. We get him saying no, stabbing a sword, and then that's it. And that's it. That's all we get. That's it. That's all we get. This drove me nuts. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. When the jailer comes along and says no, that was all me. Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah. But it's true. It's ridiculous. Ugh. It irked me. Whoa, can't see the chat. And now, Dry and I, we think that in the next, not next expansion, but probably the last one of the saga, the last Titan, that Illidan and Sargeras in the Pantheon are going to come back. And they're going to be like, Sargeras is actually kind of a cool guy. And we might side with him. That's what we think is going to happen. But I feel like WoW should go back to grungy writing and somehow show more of the lore in game. Because people that play the game for the PvP, PvE, but like, no one reads a quest except for the very rare people. No one reads a quest. They accept it, run around, hand it in, quickly get the zone done with, level up, get the best gear, and move on. No one cares about the story anymore. No one's going out of their way to read the books. And I wish there was a way to like really just show the player base the actual story of World of Warcraft. And I agree, Blizzard, the cinematic team, they should have just made a show by now. They really should, instead of outsourcing. And it shouldn't be live action. I know live action was like a big thing. It still really is a big thing, but they should stay away from it. The clash of CGI versus real is so bad. I will say they did a great job in the prop department, because I feel like if you're making a movie, you need more like real props than CGI. If CGI is taking over the movie, then I don't want to watch it. You know why we explored Legion? Sargeras got banished. No, do animation. I'm tired of live action. It's true. Live action remakes have made me hate live action. It's true. Live action's horrible. I'm just gonna run for the Dead Scar now that I know what level I am. I'm just gonna do this a little bit quicker. Now that I know everything in the zone is just level 1. It's bad. It's horrible. I don't like it. Did I add it to death? I think I did. Yeah, I did. What about you guys? Let's stop talking about the sad stuff. What got you into World of Warcraft? Why do you like World of Warcraft? BFA some quest lines. Have you deal with the Legion? That would be fun. That'd be BFA. Yeah. That'd been interesting. Picking off the couple of people. A friend at the time introduced it to me. Because I love the story and the Blood Elves as the Horde. Heck yeah! It's always the story. I think it helped that back then, so like you did a Blood Elf, so it could have been anywhere from BC and onward. So back then, the world was so small. It was just Azeroth, Outland, and Northrend, let's say Wrath. You know, it's very, very small. There's not that much to write home about. And there was a lot of unknowns at the time. I played Classic. Started with Warcraft 3. Yeah. Heard about WoW and finally decided to try Classic. That's alright. As long as you enjoy the story. See, I never played the Warcraft games. I think my brothers did. But man, you know, it's just first character was Alliance because that's the faction that we were on. I was branded a traitor because of Blood Elves came out. But it's good. That's always funny. That was the whole point, like, behind Blood Elves. They wanted more Alliance players to play on the Horde, so they created Blood Elves. You need to do a stream where you do. Do what? Whoa. Oh, play Warcraft. Oh yeah, I really should. That'd be fun. Play Warcraft 3. I feel like if I ever played Warcraft 3, I'd have to go through all the Warcrafts. Sorry, I keep looking at chat. That's good. See, that makes me want to play it more. I might pull that tiger. It's just, it's crazy. Thinking about, yeah, I'll just go, yeah, no, I'll go around. Back to what I was getting at. Like, back then, when you guys were playing, and like me, there was very little story. You know, you had Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, Northrend, and then Outland. The lore was contained. It was small. There wasn't much story. I mean, there's a lot of story, but you know what I mean. Now, you introduce someone new to World of Warcraft, and let's say you give them just the base understanding, especially with Arthas, they're going to think that's cool. Now, the problem is, you throw them into this game, and they see mass continents. You have all of these more things to look at, a whole entire, like, alternate reality, and Shadowlands. That's a lot of stuff to, like, throw people at. And it's hard to explain it. Like, this was an expansion. That was an expansion. This was an expansion. These were an expansion. That's an expansion. That's an expansion. This is an expansion. That's an expansion. That's an expansion. That's an expansion. And to really try to get people to get into World of Warcraft, I feel like is really difficult. New people, I feel sorry for them. I think Exile's Reach is a great thing. Chromie Time, as much as I hate her, I think it's a good thing. It's all it's difficult. I think I'm glad that they did introduce classic World of Warcraft for new players to like go into the old world and try it out. But to go from classic, and let's say they don't do like all the other classics, they just do classic World of Warcraft and then retail, that is a massive leap. That is years of gaming that we had to do. Chromie is so annoying. I agree. Chromie is annoying. But the idea behind Chromie Time, or like the war board to help people out, I like that. But let's face it, Chromie is annoying. Okay, about to get to the portal. I have to get my way to one of the oceans. Another problem with that, like I say, it's a good thing that they introduced classic for people to try it out, but the new generation hates that style, the art, and for some reason the younger generation prefers art over story, and I hate that. Like back then when I played this, I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was nuts. But now you look at games nowadays and it's just photorealism. I don't know. There's a charm to the deep polygonal mess of this all. Okay, those are high cliffs. I could make my way down to Light's Hope, because there's no way I'm gonna cross by, because the cave over here is just full of spiders. I'll die. I got all the way down to this lake. I could try to go through here. Let's see how far I can get on the trail and maybe intersect through Light's Hope and then the Scarlet Enclave. Let's see how far that takes me. Prefer classic style. The new style is more cartoonish. I think that's just because it's more, because back then, like, these are more sharp and like darker, but like the newer stuff, they try to add more detail. There's a skeleton right there. When you add more detail, you have highlights and lowlights, and with the new highlights, it looks like that bat is very close. Did I scoop back this way? I can't even remember the last time. But with those new highlights, it makes it look more bright and vibrant, so it looks less dark, and I guess that's why you think it looks more toony. Okay, if I make my way down to that trail, should be good. It's gonna be hard for me to see chat. Oh no, big messages. So I saw some things. Sylvanas has shown up in the newer stuff. They are planning on bringing back Sylvanas. And I understand it, but I also hate it, because there's about to be a siege on Quel'Thulas for the Sunwell. It makes sense, because that's literally where she failed and where she could redeem herself. But I really do not like the new Sylvanas. They should have just left her alone, to be honest. They ruined her, and now they're trying to fix her, and it's hard to fix what you've just basically shattered and glued back together. When you compare it to classic writing, it's like Disney princesses. Characters doing necromancy. Not a single pimple on their corpse. With what's her name? Kalia Menethil, when she was raised, I guess, yeah, I can't really use that as... So the Valkyr, the ones that Sylvanas originally got, were not from Odin. They were from Helia, and Helia's Valkyr corrupts when they raise the dead. And so they blow up and then turn into walking corpses. But the Valkyr that Odin has, he's able to resurrect them perfectly, and that's how he gets the souls in Valhalla for them to live in peace. Oh, I have to be careful. Now, when there's that quest, when you are a Horde member and you go down through Tearsful Glades, you see Sylvanas raise some of the Alliance people. I want to sprint so badly. Their corpse explode and then they turned into monstrosities. But when the priest did necromancy on Kelia Menethil, her body was perfectly clean, and I think that had to do a little bit with priest light magic, and maybe that's what Odin was using. All right, I think I will work my way to the Enclave. I'm just gonna follow the river. This is difficult. She showed up for a bit, but she said it's not time for me to come back. Are the chosen ones. It was explained poorly. It was explained poorly. Again, I think it just had to deal with light magic. And the necromancy lord was like, necromancy is necromancy. It doesn't matter what you use. You just say, I'm ugly and I'm proud. Okay. This isn't cheating. It's called elite mid-maxing winning. And if I can just get to a shoreline, I'll be happy. But there it goes again. We want dirty, grimy stuff, which I do think is, cool. You gotta remember, they're trying to appease millions of people to try and play their game. So you have to write for millions of people. And it's hard to do that. / you literally can't do that. Are you going to read the newest book that came out? Which one's the newest book that came out? There's a new one that came out? We probably have it on pre-order. That bat's further than I thought it was. I should be safe. If I remember correctly, which I usually don't. Ooh, yeah, okay, I'm afraid of that. Is the Ebenhold entrance have monsters over there? I'm not gonna risk it. I'll just go straight to the Light's Hope. They just need to make the game harder. That's literally all they need to do. Okay. Plan A. I try to sneak around the back, go into the Ebon Hold, where it will be like open and clear all the way to the bay. But I'd have to try and get past these peoples / that guy. Or I try to make my way through the Scarlet Enclave, which I will have to go south, but I could stay along this cliffside to try and make my way in there. 2 directions, 2 ways. I think I'll try this. Blood Tries, Midnight Boom, book, Midnight Book, Blood Ties. New weights the other day. Woohoo. Heck yeah. Start lifting, brother. Oh gosh. I wish I had a mount. I feel like if I went right here, she would see me. And if that cliff, you know what? I might be able to. Or take the longer route. I'm just so impatient, but if I die, then I have to run this all again. I'm way too close to her, right? I'm way too close. I think I'm way too close. Been lifting. Heck yeah. Got a weighted vest, but it's really cold where I am, so no running. Alright, fine. I'll take the longer route. Better safe than sorry, right? I got this. I have to make it to the anniversary event. I'm running behind. So World of Warcraft. I'm trying to remember the year I started, but I honestly can't remember. My cousin originally played it and then introduced it to my brothers. And then I got introduced to it. And of course we played on the Horde, because the Horde is better, clearly. And I started the day before Burning Crusade. So I always like to jokingly say that I started with Classic, but in reality I didn't. Ooh, is there people in there? So on this anniversary, Cheap Shot. Wait, Cheap Shot does a stun, doesn't it? Oh no, they're red. Ah, Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I have stealth. But are they too high of a level? Will they notice me? I just have to make it. Horde better? Horde is better. Everything about the Horde is better. Okay. If I stealth my way to the ocean, everything will be fine. What level are they? Unseeable. That means they will be able to see me through stealth. This is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea. This is a horrible idea. Who thought this was a great idea? I've been seen. Help me. Help me. You guys need to help me. Help me, help me, help me, help me, you freaks! Ah. I hate you guys. I hate you guys so much. All you need is some... I'll be back real quick. Alright, see ya. I can't log on to Ascension. Alright, I got this. You know what? I think I'll stick with Rogue. Let's just, yeah, let's do green hair. Green hair looks weird. There's gotta be a way. Or am I crazy? Be a Death Knight. That's cheating. Because it takes me to the ebb and hold and not all the way out here. There's gotta be a way. I think, okay, so by that time, I did have stealth. So what if I do make my way around that one Banshee? I should be able to do it. I remember playing WoW, and at my school, no one else played WoW. Sad story. Very sad. Many tears. Luckily, my brothers weren't home a lot, so I could always play World of Warcraft, basically. What's funny is, I always did stuff like this. I never really, like, quested. I always just walked around and made a bunch of other tunes and didn't really quest. I never knew what I was truly doing. See? Same. Oh. But it's kind of funny. Like every time there's a new expansion, or if like someone asks me something about my past, I always try to think about which WoW expansion was going on so I could figure out what year it was. It's true. People are like, what were you doing? And I was just like, which expansion came out? What year did this happen? And I try to think, which expansion was out? My senior year. Same. My senior year of high school, I was so happy to just get out of there. Alright, I'm just gonna cut through the scar. To be honest, I thought I was gonna make it longer than this. What a beautiful zone. Is it me, or did map size shrink down? Like, you look at Outland versus Draenor, excluding Zangar Marsh because it turned into Zangar Sea, I feel like the map size is bigger for Outland. And then you look at this. All of Eversong and Ghostlands is massive compared to like a newer expansion. If you look at the newer zones, they feel so much smaller. Like, let's look at Kalzagar, the Isle of Dorn. This is tiny. And it's like, all right, I understand that. It's small because a lot of things are supposed to be underground, and that's what you're supposed to care about. But even if you look underground, like, this is very small. This is only big, but that's because some of it is a literal ocean. And then even Ashkahet is tiny. And then, okay, they have patches, so it can become bigger. So we look at Undermine, but this zone is small. So Koresh, tiny, everything's tiny. The Isle, Siren Song Isle, it's, the newer stuff is small. And it kind of goes back to like, even Legion. All this plus Argus, it all feels small. It's like they gave up on trying to make big places. I wonder if that has to deal with they're trying to force people to not use mounts anymore. Because if you make a big zone like this, people are going to hop on their mount, fly over, and then do something. But remember, like, mounts are restricted too. But if you have, like, again, it's so small. Let's say I have a quest in the old world. It feels so much bigger. It feels like a grand adventure. Does anyone else feel that? Am I going crazy? There's no telling what they're thinking. It can't be for file size. I call BS on that. Because they keep adding to file size. And it's not hard to add land. It's not hard to fill it with assets. Even, look at this. There's a ton of grass and 3 trees. This just opened up the world so much more. It makes it feel alive. There's things to do. Maybe they just cut away so much of it. Because think about how many people have seen this lily pad. Probably not a lot. But compared to everything else, I don't know. I like it when a world is big. You have more options to move around and look at stuff. But they see it as, well, a percentage of people prefer to go down X, like, track. So there's no need for all that extra stuff. They're like, just cut it off. It's not needed. That's just ridiculous in my mind. It's painful. Bring back big worlds. Anyway, Blizzard, you had a good game. I'll say that. I'll always say it's a fun game, but it's a dangerous game because it's very addicting. I mean, I'm like a lifetime subscriber. I've been thinking about this lately. Arthas never took Frostmourne. Who would be next in line? If Arthas never took Frostmourne, then we have to look at it in the sense of why did Ner'zhul pick Arthas? Is it because he was a prince? Or was it because he was corruptible? When Arthas was going through the paladin ceremony, the light almost went away. But was that because he didn't feel like he was worthy of the light? Or is that because he had something else inside of him that kind of fed into it? I think it was just him feeling like he's not worthy. Because if he had a little bit of void inside of him, then the Legion, aka the Scourge, aka the Dark Master, aka Ner'zhul, I don't think he would want to mess with that, because the Legion are very, let's mess with Fel and Necromancy, not Void, Death Magic, which on the alignment chart, Death Magic and Void Magic is separate, but they're down the same vein. He was just randomly pulled out of the hat. It feels that way. I mean, you think about it. Ner'zhul had, at the time of knowing, Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, and Northrend. He had all that territory to pick someone. But then we also cut out Kalimdor because they didn't really understand it at the time. So let's say that we just had all of Eastern Kingdoms to pick someone. So if he... I wonder where that, like, step would be. Where he's like, alright, I won't do it. It makes sense for me to wonder why he didn't try an orc. That would have been crazy. Because he was a part of the Twilight clan. So why didn't he pick Cho'Gall? Okay, but seriously, why didn't he pick Cho'Gall? Thrall. I don't think he would pick Thrall. Plus, at that time, Thrall was in the internment camp, wasn't he? No, he broke out. Green Jesus. Thrall, the necromancer. I just think it was because he was easily manipulated. Thrall had a good head on his shoulders. But with Arthas, he was kind of back and forth on everything. He was young. He didn't know how to rule a kingdom, even though his father was like trying to give him advice. But he was still back and forth on everything. He didn't even know what to do in his own life, especially with Jaina. When she was talking about the future, he was always trying to, you know, be like, let's not talk about that right now. So you'd have to find someone that's either really into necromancy or just doesn't want to do anything. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because now I need to look for red names. This time, I'm going to go around the Banshee. I'm going to level up a bit. I probably should have killed some creatures before entering in the zone. I have the hiccups. My bad. If I make my way back to Light's Hope Chapel, there's a skeleton. I don't like that guy. If I make my way back to the river, I think I went this way. I just need to make my way to the river. I mean, he could have gotten one of those cultists to do it. I wonder if he also did it because Arthas was in charge of a militia. Granted, he lost a lot of the people during Stratholme, but he was still in charge of some men that would follow him into battle. Twilight Cultists or whatever. Why Arthas? Why Arthas? See, now this is why I wish I played the Warcraft games, because then I would have a better answer. It's a prince, so he could get closer to the king. Very true. Closer to the king, getting behind enemy lines. Because if it was an orc, then they'd be like, ah, it's an orc. Quickly, put up defenses. But if Arthas comes around, they're like, come on in, buddy. We'll throw rose petals for you. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm getting closer to bats. I don't like that. Okay, I don't like this at all. Okay, that bat's getting closer. I don't like that. Okay. I'm not freaking out, you're freaking out. So it would have to be another human. Someone kind of close. That's why I think Jaina would have been a good one. But she was also very level-headed. Arthas was close. He was human, he was a prince, but he was also a little bit like, I don't really know what to do. But with Jaina, okay, we're trying to figure out, Jake, you're back. Jake, we're trying to figure out if Arthas didn't pick up Frostmourne, then who would be next in line to pick it up? So we narrowed it down because if an orc wielded it, then am I running the right way? Yeah. Yeah, I totally am. If an orc wielded it, then they'd be like, ah, it's an orc, he's coming, quickly put up defenses. But if a human is coming, they'd be like, hey, come on in, buddy. And it has to be someone that's not level-headed. Because if Ner'zhul started to whisper to Jaina, then she'd be like, no, I'm not listening, you're a weirdo. So it has to be someone a little bit off their rocker. Which, nowadays, Jaina, she would probably listen to the whispers. Varian. But this is Varian when he got his souls back together and he learned his ways. I do not have stealth. If I go into Light's Hope, do I get enough experience? I technically am here. Great, I don't have stealth. Let's try it. Old Varian. I bet he would have been able to get, like, messed with. Okay, get around the Banshee. Get around the Banshee. Get around the Banshee. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Who thought this was a great idea, huh? This is a horrible idea. I can cliff hop. Let's see how high I can get. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Ah, yes. It's a good thing I went this direction. No, there's a death guard. Wait, where's the cave? Isn't the cave over there? Is that the cave? Am I going crazy? Oh, it's up this slope, isn't it? No way. What? Yes, because the cave goes in through here. Oh no, there's monsters. Slain Scout. Well, that is bad. Alright, I clearly can't go that way. It's too infested. I'll have to find another way around. Ah, that bums me out, man. Mograine. The one that betrayed his father and corrupted the Ashbringer. But at the time, was he a part of the Scarlet? No. Wait, yes. But no, but yes, but no. You mean Darian? Darian! But he was too young at the time. That would have been funny, seeing a kid Death Knight running around. The Death Lord. Darian Mograine. Yeah, he's not level-headed. Wanted power. Maybe that would have been his next option. There's a worm. There's a worm. I about walked into a worm. Okay. If they waited like a couple of years. And Darian was old enough. They were teenagers at the time. I thought Darian was younger than Arthas. Oh, wait. He still would have been of age. Okay, I can't go into Scarlet Hold, but I'll just follow the cliffside around. Arthas was in his 20s. Then I think it would be Darian. He was a power-hungry child and would do anything, aka literally stab his own father for power. Be it on purpose. Level up. Alright, I got stealth. But I can't really stealth around these guys. They're too high level. So it's all a waste of time. Wait a minute. If I can climb on these cliff sides, think I can make my way around? I just need to literally get right there. If I can get right there, then I'm safe. I'm home free to the ocean side. Because the city beyond that bridge is completely empty. It's just whoever's in here. They're just everywhere. Fudge wrapper. Yeah, I just need to make it right through there. And I wonder. No, I can't. Okay. It's so close yet so far, and I can't sneak between these two people. If I make my way up here, but there's a road that goes up to that lookout, so I might get killed by this lookout tower. I'm still gonna turn it on. It probably doesn't do anything because they're too high level, but I'll try it out. Yeah, that road right there. Oh, there's two people right there. If I can... Okay, he's walking down. If I could just cut right through here. I just need another walking patterns. Okay, so he stays right there. He will walk back up with this guy as she walks this way. Okay, he still walks. He's coming down. He still walks up. Perfect. I just need this guy to get out of the way. Okay, he walks up. He walks up. He walks up. I can walk over. Oh, yes. That's right. I'll be there for the anniversary. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Less perfect. Can I can't. Look at that hard edge. Okay, what if there's a little camp. If I go straight here, 2 guards, and there's another guard right there. And he doesn't walk. At least it doesn't look like he walks. I just slip down here, get to this post, maybe go straight again, and then angle into the armory. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's dandy. Everything's great. Everything's fantastic. Everything's so fantastic. I'm just gonna go straight. I'm just gonna go straight. Okay. Everything's great. I need to get up there. If I head into the armory and then pull here. Awesome. Everything's great. There's a guy right there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Not fine. There's a guy right there. There's 2 guards guarding the entrance. And there's one standing up on the wall. Wow, they really fortified this place, eh? I think I screwed myself. I think I'm gonna die here. Okay. And no one's walking. What about you, lady? Are you still up there? Walk over there, because then I could climb up this cliffside and then come over here. I don't like that guy. Okay. Who's the spellcaster? That's a warrior. That's a warrior. You're a spellcaster. Because if it was a spellcaster, I could just hide behind walls as they try to find a way to hit me. Okay. Line of sight. This counts as an object. He might not be able to see me. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. I just need hug the wall. 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 Ah! I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't like this anymore. Who thought this was a great idea? He's right there. Ah, I got pulled. If I hide behind tree, I'm safe, right? There's so many people up here. I thought it was empty. When did they get here? What? Why is there so many people around? This used to be empty. Wow, I would have never made that. You know what? Maybe I won't make it to the anniversary. I don't know if I'll make it to the anniversary, guys. Let me go see something real quick. Alright, I definitely did not pee. This is my last chance to get as far as I possibly can. Let's just leave it. Ooh, it has an X in it. You know what's good. This is it. This is the last shot. Very last shot. Portal time? No. I need to figure out how to get past the Plague Lands. I can't use a portal. I could cheat. I could go into Silver Moon and use that teleportation statue. Does that count as a portal? It's a teleporting statue. There's no boats around here. It's just the ghosts, or not the ghost land, the Plague Lands. The Plague Lands. Okay. I will use the statue. It's not cheating. It's a statue. It's not a portal. It's perfectly safe. That way I can get to Undercity. And then when I get to Undercity, I can easily get to the shoreline and walk my way down. It's not cheating because it's not a portal. Yeah, see? See? You smelling what I'm selling? It's clearly not cheating. So many years I've played World of Warcraft. And you'd think I'd be better at sneaking around. What about you guys? What's your favorite expansion? Anyone? I gotta say, I'm a big fan of Legion. I'm trying to not do like the obvious, where it's like, oh yeah, I love Wrath of the Lich King. Because, you know, it's Wrath of the Lich King. But like, let's say you couldn't pick the OG3. Even though I probably would have also said Burning Crusade. Out of the original 3, never played it. Wrath and Legion. Burning Crusade, heck yeah. I can't wait to see what they do with this place. A lot of times when a new expansion comes out, I don't look at anything about it. I used to. Like with Mists of Pandaria, when that came out, I watched everything. I watched the BlizzCon introduction and I watched all the panels and stuff like that. But I just don't do that anymore. At least I try not to. I like to try to keep as much of a secret as I can. I guess that it goes back to min-maxing. People are like, oh, I know, like, so think about it. Are you doing anything special for the Christmas on the channel? Ooh, Christmas. I didn't even think about that. I'll have to run that by Dry. And Deosa. Huh. I don't know why that literally never crossed my mind. We didn't do anything for Halloween. I don't think we plan on doing anything for Christmas. Although we did do that one thing for April Fools. We'll have to. Well, I'll have to think about that. We'll have to think about that. What the heck was I getting at? Oh, when you make a new character, like, let's say I was like kind of serious about this character. You look up Icy Veins. You saw me set my action bars to the way I like it. You set up everything. You do the professions that you need correctly. You know which tree to make. You know what to set your stuff to, because you know exactly what you need to do in World of Warcraft. But now it's just like you know what to do, so it's bad. But back then, when you originally played the game, you didn't know what the hell to do. Alluvi. What's alluvi? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. How you doing, Dark? Talking about the differences between the old game and the new game. So like in the new game you can easily do everything because you know exactly what to do. But in the old game you liked it more because it was more of like a hunt, trying to figure out what I need to do to even like play the game. Or you kill an enemy and it drops an item and you think, do I even need that item? Especially before stuff was like highlighted and listed differently. Like back then, your bag would be full of quest items. You're like, do I actually need that? I'm gonna try. What level is this stuff? They're all level 1. Perfect. Yeah, I think I will try to dip my toe into... It's not a dumb idea. It's a smart idea. RPG syndrome? Never heard of it. I've never... Okay, so for a bit there, I like tried to roleplay. Never worked out. Role-playing game syndrome. It's true. Oh, like failing and winning. You need to collect everything. I am a massive collector. And that's one reason why I don't like WoW. Okay, I love WoW, but I love collecting everything. That's one problem I have with multiplayer like games, is because if I kill something, it will respawn after a while. I could roleplay. If you kill something, it respawns, and that's understandable because, you know, you're playing with millions of people. But I'm so used to playing like older games where you kill something and it stays dead. Especially Diablo. I am a massive collector. My original player, like my original main, his bank account was full of everything because I thought funny, goofy items were fun to have, and I tried to collect as many random items as I could. There was pocket lint in my original like bank vault, just taking up a spot just because I thought it was awesome. All right, I need to figure out exactly where to go. What level are the people here? Oh, great. That's great. Oh, great. In real life, I am a minor collector. Like, I have a coin collection and I like antiques and shit like that. Whoops, can't curse. YouTube doesn't like that. The real me is coming out. Alright, perfect, less perfect, less perfect, less, very much not perfect, very bad, very horrible, atrocious even, very horrible. Okay, I'm safe. Everything's safe. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everybody is distracted in their own little battle. I'm fine. You're fine. Okay, I'm fine. Rare curses. Yes, very rare. I try, okay. I curse a lot. I curse a ton in real life. And I need to get better at not cursing. Which is funny, because when I'm at work, I have the cleanest mouth alive until I get into the back room. And then I do not have a clean mouth. Let me go this way. That will take me to the shoreline. I just have to be careful of bears, because bears are deadly. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Oh, this is a bad idea. I'm not doing it anymore. Nope, 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 nope. I'll find another way to the sea. Anyway. And then I'm trying to treat YouTube kind of as I should not curse, because in the algorithm, they look at like curse words and they try not to spread that around YouTube. And I'm like, why not? Just let me curse. Profanity. But what about trash? I love trash. Trash is amazing. Don't tell me... Wait, what? You don't have a bag for bags at home? Oh, I have bags for bags. Everyone has a bag with bags in it that also have more bags in them. Yeah, that's dangerous. I'm glad it didn't go that way. And then up there, I think it's blocked off from the ocean. What's behind me? Oh gosh, that guy. I don't think there's a way through. No, it's blocked off. Okay, I'll have to go further. Does he take me back? Or does he take me further? For me, it depends on who I'm with. Very true. And I want you guys to feel like I'm comfortable around you, but I also don't want... I'll snag a ride. I also don't want to curse as much as I usually do. It's hard. Yeah, but you watch those YouTubes. Like, I want the videos to be seen by everyone. I also, like... Does anyone... Raise your hand. Do you like Minecraft? So there's a Minecraft YouTuber. I still watch them. I don't think I've ever unsubscribed from them. And he's never cursed in a single video. Not a one. Okay, am I able to slip? I've got to be able to slide in. Oh, but this is going to be dangerous. I'd have to go all the way around Gilneas. Am I better off going to the harbor? But if I cut through here, I'll run into more problems. But if I try to swim around Gilneas, think they'll be safe? Let's... Love Minecraft. I've been working on my Minecraft world lately. You're thinking about setting up a Minecraft world. But yeah, if you love Minecraft, then you know him. His name is Etho. Aren't there Worgens hidden in here? I think they're hidden. Can I drive this? I want to find a safe path to the ocean. But I think there's Worgen hidden around in here. They're like stealthed. Okay, that's a lot of crocodiles. Who put that many crocodiles there? Okay. Okay. I should be good. I just need to get in safe water. And everything should be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I made it. I made it to the ocean. Yes. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh gosh, there's red. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Now, I wish I had frost walking. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Okay, if you're wondering, if you're new, wondering what the heck is going on, I have to make my way to the anniversary event for World of Warcraft. It's their 21st anniversary. But I have to make it from making a blood elf. So all the way up at the top of Eastern Kingdoms, and I have to make my way all the way down to Kalimdor. I'm going to try and shoot for Booty Bay, even though Stranglethorn Vale will be the biggest thorn in me. But I should be fine. I've already used one cheat by using the teleporting statue. But you know, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Finally tried villager trading. It's fun in Minecraft. This is gonna take forever. This is technically New Gelneus. Are there mobs around? Or is it not? Also, which version is this? I have fatigue. Okay. That's walled off. I wonder if I can walk my way over. There's got to be a way, right? Or is there night elves over here? Their ship isn't here. StarCraft 2's 15th anniversary. No, that they only care about World of Warcraft because it makes them the most money. It's your big money hitting that they truly care about. I got this. I got this. Everything's fine. Plus, if I discover one more zone, I'll be able to stealth. You've played Warcraft 3 before? Well, this is the funny part. No. I have never played any of the Warcraft games. I've only played all of the World of Warcraft games. I've also played Hearthstone. Gilneas, the land of British werewolves. Very true. The cash cow people will get to. Yep. Okay, I should be able to make it perfectly around in this area because there should be no mobs. There should be no NPCs. There should be nothing. There's a bird. Stream it if you can. It would be fun. I would play it, but then you guys would realize just how bad I am at video games. And that's the main problem. Okay, here's a real question. Never mind. No real question. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Everything's dandy. Is that blocked off? Did I block myself off? Someone made a co-op version? That'd be interesting. Giant Angle Eye. Play co-op Warcraft. Oh no. I might have to go through the hidden tunnel. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. What? Dang British werewolves. A path. Okay, where am I? Perfect. Really don't want to go down the gorge. Really don't want to enter Gilneas either. Either. Oh, there's crocodiles. That's great. It's great to know. I love crocodiles. They're the best. Favorite pet. 10 out of 10 pet. I'm so disappointed right now. I know. Because I haven't played Warcraft. I know the lore. Some of it. I'm kidding. I know the story. Ayo. I like Gilneas. Wanted to say that there's a fan-made project called Chronicles of the Second War. I need to look at where I'm going. It's basically a remake of Warcraft 2 and all the Second War lore in Warcraft 3. Oh, that's sick. I could cheat. No, I definitely don't want to get on that. No. I think my safest bet is still go along the ocean side. I love the vibe of Gilneas. Shame that they're alliance. It's so true. They could have easily made them for the Horde. Makes lore sense. It does not make lore sense. Kind of. They made it lore sense. The Night Elves felt bad that Archmage Argal sent wild form from the Emerald Dream into Gilneas to try to stop the Forsaken. So what they easily could have done is just the Gilneans see night elves as horrible people because they pray to the evil form, the wild form. They also created exact maps, character models, and even voice acting 10 out of 10. Dang. You think that water's deep enough to jump into? We're gonna try it out. Oh yeah, we're good. They could have just written it where the Gilneans hate the Night Elves for doing the wild form stuff. But instead they were like, no, the Forsaken are evil because they're attacking you, and we, the Night Elves, are here to help you from your wild form problems. And if Sylvanas wasn't crazy at the time, she could have been like, you know what, instead of attacking your city, let's have a peace treaty. Do a flip. Oh yeah, could have easily done it. But we all know the real reason why they added Worgen to Alliance players. So that Horde players played Alliance. Because back then, there was more Horde players than Alliance players, and they were trying to find a way to even it out. Gotta stay away from fatigue. That'd be the worst way to die. Get all this way and then die from fatigue. I think I would lose my mind. I'm getting closer. Perfect. My friend made a Worgen main and it fits her vibe. I respect it. Absolutely. Especially if you could find, like, a tune that can fit your vibe. I respect it. But it's hard for me to do it, because I'm a tune hopper. I've made one of every race and class option. And I don't know. No one really fits me. Although I would say, like, so Angelai, the human paladin, was my main on this account for a while. Because I joined Dry's Guild, which is an all-alliance guild. Oh, there's Murlocs. But for the longest time, I was actually a Blood Elf Death Knight. And he might pop around more. But I didn't have him for the longest time. High Elves should have been added instead of Void Elves. Void Elves should have been a cosmetic faction. I agree with that. I'm surprised. I understand why they didn't do it, but I'm still shocked that they did not add High Elves sooner than later. I thought in Wrath of the Lich King that they were going to add High Elves. And people would have been upset because it's just Blood Elves, but with different eyes. And I think if they read the lore, they would understand why they would want to do that. But maybe they're thinking more of like a cosmetic thing. I don't know. It's weird. Because in the lore, it makes perfect sense. Oh, wait. No, wait. But high elves, it doesn't make sense. Because high elves would be horde. High elves originally left the night elves and they were exiled. So they would have been for the horde. So then there would be a blood elf and a high elf on the or a horde side. But people wanted, there's a murloc, they wanted high elves to be on the alliance side. But that wouldn't fit. Just a lot of swimming. No? No to what? Yes, it would. For high elves to be on the alliance side? Lore-wise, it makes sense. For high elves to be for the alliance? It does not make sense. Okay, I think I'm safe. Wow, there's murlocs all the way out here? Why? I hate it. Stupid murlocs. They need to make a murlocs a playable race. Cross faction. Like a Pandaren. What they really messed up on, truly messed up on, was the Hosen. I'm okay with the Hosen, but it's like their model. If they made Hosen more upright, they could have easily made it the Jinyu for the Alliance and the Hosen for the Horde. But they made them way too monkey-like. After the original Horde and the invasion of the Orcs, ending Silvermoon kind of left the Alliance, but many... Sorry, I'm swimming. But many elves still stayed with the Alliance armors, according to the blah 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 blah. But after the well was destroyed, and became blood elves, because at that time they were still high elves. High elves wouldn't join the Horde. Maybe that's why they didn't do it. Wait, I just contradicted myself. I just said high elves wouldn't join the Horde. Maybe that's why they just never entered in high elves. Because night elves hate them, and high elves wouldn't like orcs. But it also goes with the Horde motto of we're there for everyone. Which, whenever there's a race that is beaten, shrunken, and about to go extinct, the Horde let them join. I feel like they would have joined the Horde. There's a lot of high elves who rejected the methods of the blood elves, became magic vegans, holier than thou, and rejoined the Alliance. But why? Because it doesn't make sense with the night elves. But it did make sense in Northrend how the high elves were on the Alliance side. But then they became buddy-buddy with night elves. Night elves should hate them. Not all high elves became blood elves. Some stay with the Alliance. It's so strange. High elves are weird. They don't fit anywhere, I feel. Elves are just weird altogether. They're just cracked out trolls. That's all elves are. Night elves and high elves have an uneasy partnership with each other. So they do work together. They do an alliance. Alright, I can respect it. I hereby sentence high elves to alliance. Now just do it already. WoW and people who play. Difference between the blood elves and the high elves. I know the difference. I know the difference between the Nightborn, Night Elves, High Elves, Blood Elves, Void Elves, other elves, and how they're just all trolls. Alright, I'm by Stromgard. Okay, Dunmoreau. Okay. I would never roll a high elf because of how annoying they are. Did you see the original models for high elves? They're so disgusting. They were horrible. They tried to do a mix between night elves and then trying to make them look like blood elves, but it did not work, and they looked atrocious. They tried to make them look like the perfect race. It did not work very well. Turtle WoW added high elves to Alliance and gave them a home. Who knows? Maybe in the future we will have high elves for the Alliance and murlocs for the Horde. I saw a post where someone made a meme about World of Warcraft, and I looked at the comments. They were like, how is WoW still alive? I'm not going back to that game. Only if they add murlocs as a playable race. And I think it's always been that way since Classic. Everybody's wanted to play. Same for the Naga, a murloc. Why aren't they just like the original? Ow, my leg. Kind of like how originally in Burning Crusade, how people were thinking about the third faction. They should just do the third faction, even though we've already given up on the Draenei and Blood Elves. Be like Naga and something else. Naga should be on the Horde, my opinion. I think the Sithraki would be easier. No way, Horde already got Blood Elves. Their queen would have to die. Plus, I feel like Naga are both sided. I don't think Naga really lean a certain way. Why am I arguing? I don't play retail. because if they added it, you might play retail. I don't know, retail's so it's so trashed right now. They're gonna need to do something big. I was talking with a friend at work, and oh no, there's fish people. I said, yeah, I can't wait. They added player housing. And he looked at me shocked. And I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't they already have player housing? I was like, nope. He's like, an MMORPG that doesn't have player housing for this long. Skyrim has player housing. Where's my World of Warcraft player housing? Oh, there's a shark. I'm surprised ogres haven't joined the horde. Every time somebody said who would be next for like a next race to be playable, I always thought it was gonna be ogres for the horde. And then if you picked like a magic casting race, they would be I just have to be careful of that shark. They would have two heads. You know, it makes sense. They haven't done ogres? Nope. They did do foxes though. Why? I don't know. I genuinely don't know why the Volpira are a playable race. The Alliance has Night Elves and Void Elves, playable races with High Elves. Small military faction, the Naga fit more with the Horde. As Ashura dies, Night Elves would reject the Nightborn. True. True, true, true. Furries for the Horde. I think it's funny how people always say that, but Worgen are on the Alliance. I always thought the Night Elves had more connection to the Horde. I think the Night Elves had more of a connection with the Tauren than the Horde itself. And that had to deal with the war over like resources. That, and they drank a little bit of demon blood and slaughtered a couple of people. But whenever the story came around the Night Elves and the Tauren, they were always best friends. They prayed to the same goddess and everything. Especially with Thrall being a shaman. I don't know. After that campaign through Ashran, I understand why they don't like each other. But I think if that would have never happened, they could have easily joined the Horde. Grom killing Sonaris. True. You can't control the wild gods. It's weird. Plus, they needed someone over in Kalendor. Can't leave all of Kalendor for the Horde. think I'm getting too close to that shark. This is taking forever. If they join the horde, they'd still have their tree. Oh, wow. I'm surprised. No, never mind. Knowing Sylvanas written. Yeah. Gosh, they ruined her. What a way to kill a character. A loved character at that. Sylvanas would just burn the tree anyways. Here's the real question. Kobolds. I think that would be for the Horde. Why that person in particular? Whoever has the brightest candle. Personality in charge of the writing. Oh my gosh. The soul splitting thing is the worst idea to have ever happened in World of Warcraft. Shadowlands, I feel like all of it should just be retconned. Get rid of the first ones. Get rid of the jailer. Get rid of Shadowlands. Get rid of soul splitting. Get rid of all of it. I hate it. It ruined everything. There was a lawsuit. Zulamon. He's gone from Blizzard now. Good. That's crazy. If you look at old Sylvanas, she cared and loved her people. And not even her people. They were humans. They weren't even elves. She cared about this race of people that had to deal with being cursed. And she was finding ways to help them, / also get revenge against Arthas. And now throughout one expansion, turns out that she was evil. What really would have happened was if when she became war chief, she would have treated the whole horde as her people. Of course, she liked to do stuff in the shadows, mostly because she was doing sketchy stuff in the shadows, but putting her in that front spotlight would have probably awakened her caring about people again and wanting to do more. Oh yeah, that lawsuit. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff in that lawsuit too. It's just it's not what old Sylvanas would have done. And they didn't even have to do it. Like, you could say, oh, they had to do it to find a way to get to Shadowlands. We have Bolfar. We have a bunch of other people that would try to find a way into getting into Shadowlands. We have Helia. Helia was still alive. We have everyone. Oh, no, wait, she was dead during Legion. We have so many people that would want to shatter the realm. Pick any lich at all. Pick a cult, any cult. Rexar should have been the war chief of the Horde. There's been multiple times where he was offered the title of war chief and he always denied it. And I respect it because Rexar's not really, it's not his thing. I honestly don't see Rexar as like a great war chief. He would be a good one, but he wouldn't be like amazing, you know? Would have been such a payoff for Warcraft 3 campaign. Vol'jin should have not died. So true. I was excited at the end of Miss Pandaria when Vol'jin got the war chief title. It was someone that we could love and trust and honor the original teachings of the Horde passed down by Thrall. And he was one of the originals. And now he dies within the very next expansion. He didn't even get to write one document. He survived. Bavarian died. I would have been okay with that. Blizzard is leaning way too hard on Alliance good. And they need to fix that. That is one of the biggest story problems in all of World of Warcraft. Back then, they were equal. They both did good things and they both did bad things. But now, they're cleaning up and retconning the mistakes that the Alliance have done, and they're bringing in new stuff that the Horde is doing wrong. They are scrubbing away that equality between Alliance has done bad things and good things, and Horde have been doing good things and bad things. Because everybody is human. Well, like, you know what I mean. Like, on the perspective that we would say in our reality is, you know, you're only human. You do good things and bad things. One of the things you do with Rexar campaign is kill the leader of the ogre. Oh yeah! I remember that. It's because I think the ogre had to deal with the original clan that was brought together by Rexar. I could see why, but Dry would hate me for it. I think she would understand. Hey, Dry. Christy Golden, one of the main writers, really likes Anduin. Hey, Dry.
Did you yell at me?
Yeah.
What's up?
Come here. What if Varian died, but Vol'jin stayed alive? How do you feel about that?
If Vol'jin died, what? Sorry.
So, like, remember how Varian and Vol'jin both died?
Mm-hmm.
So what if just Varian died?
That would cause some problems because that would mean that the Alliance believed the Horde abandoned them, and Vol'jin would have had to stuck out and tried to not cause any more alien between the factions. Could he have succeeded it? Maybe, but it would cause a lot of stress and a lot of conflict.
I also didn't know Christy Golden was a huge fan of Anduin.
Oh yeah, she is.
That's disgusting.
I think so. Sorry, I was sleeping.
No, it's alright. Alright, any questions for Dry?
Hi.
Any at all? Any?
I doubt it, but...
Nah, we're gonna see.
Where are you?
I'm like past Dun Moreau.
How am I? I'm doing well. Work is busy, but you know, we're doing well at work. So that's good news. Make sure Angle Eye doesn't curse on stream. It's a full-time job.
It is a full-time job. I already said one curse word.
I heard. I've been watching the stream. I just never say anything.
She has eyes and ears everywhere.
I never speak because I don't know, I'm not logged into my account.
That's true. You could have joined me on this adventure.
I was working.
That's true.
He did curse, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I come in and smack him. Like, no.
Hey.
No, they didn't fail me because I heard him. I just, what do you want? Have you seen the light and realized? No, actually, it's only made me double down to realize the Alliance is so much better.
Hold up. What was your first character?
When I was 7,
Yes, that still counts.
it was a troll hunter.
So, you were a horde at heart.
Not at heart. I just thought I liked the troll's pink hair.
Yep, you were a troll at heart.
I was 7. How do you like your martini, Dry? I actually don't drink alcohol. I've never drank a martini, so not a big fan. I can't really drink alcohol. So.
To be honest, I've never had a martini before, but I do like whiskey and Coke and Jaeger bombs. I'm not a big fan of beer.
Nowadays,
Wine.
Alliance suck eggs. Back then, well, the problem is that the Alliance, there's been a lot of retcons. So instead of being like the down to earth, like cool,
Alliance were cool.
yeah, they were cool. Just like the Horde had war chiefs.
Yeah, that's true.
But the problem is that a lot of retcons happen, and now instead of like being on par with the Horde, for some reason the writers are trying to make the Alliance quote unquote better. And I don't know, it's just not.
It's weird.
It's weird. I don't like it.
Having Alliance be better.
What are you people? No Warcraft 3 and Martini? XD. Well, the problem.
Wait, have you played Warcraft?
Warcraft? No. My dad has, and he is a huge fan.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Dad loves it. The problem is that I was too young. I didn't have a computer back then because we weren't allowed to have computers in our rooms or really anywhere. So I just had to watch my dad play, and I never got to watch him play Warcraft 3. So I never got to see anything, so.
To be honest, the extent of at least my World of Warcraft knowledge is all in World of Warcraft and not Warcraft, and also the books.
Yeah, I read a lot of the books. Arthas was never really technically part of the Alliance. He was part of Lordaeron, and they never had an official, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Alliance.
Alliance. But Lordaeron had an alliance with the other separate kingdoms, but you're thinking of, like, an alliance with... I guess that also included Ironforge and Normorgon and the High Elves at the time. So that was like the original alliance.
Yeah. And Barry and Arthas were best friends because Arthas' family took him in after. I have my Invisalign, and I'm sorry, y'all. I sound like I'm lisping.
No, you're fine.
But the Alliance is very interesting because they've been through a lot of retcons lately, and it's so sad to see where it's going because I don't mind the Horde. I've never minded the Horde as a whole. I've always thought they were very cool, and I hate to see the direction Blizzard is taking them. I don't feel like Blizzard takes them seriously enough. So.
Well, you could have easily done that. You could have played it as a baby.
I was 7, so I was restricted on a lot of. I mentioned this in our thank you for 100 subscribers. I was only allowed 30 minutes a day to play video games, so I never got to like play much more than that. Well, I'm not ashamed. It's just I feel like I lisp a lot. My teeth were really bad, and then I got Invisalign, so now Angli gets to hear a lot taken out and putting back in.
Click, click.
Click, click. Click, click.
I think it's like I always liked the Horde when I was a kid because I saw it as, oh, you get to play as the bad people. Like, you know, you see an undead, you don't think that's a good guy.
No.
But then as I read the story, I started to realize I don't like the Horde anymore because they're the bad guys. I like the Horde now because of what they went through. And I really like that. I think that's like really what got me into World of Warcraft was the stories.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what really got me into the game.
Yeah, I do. Plus, when I started playing World of Warcraft again, it was around Legion and around when, like, right before BFA came out. So I really liked that. And then my grandfather died in 2017, and that's when I started reading a lot of the books. So that's why I like the Alliance, is because I relate a lot to Anduin because he lost his butler/father figure. And then I just was like, oh, okay. Trauma bonding.
I get it now. Trauma bonding. Trauma bonding. Many
Horde races for textbook. Don't judge a book by its cover.
So true.
Horde is cool. I like pillage. LOL. Yeah, but Forsaken it stinks. Orgrimmar smells. You can't convince me it doesn't. Are you kidding me? You have cow people, rotting bodies. Orcs who I've seen orcs. They do not wash their hands. The only clean people in the Horde are the Blood Elves, and I cannot see Blood Elves walking into Orgrimmar going, yes.
That's why there's not that many of them around in Orgrimmar.
That's why there's not that many. Are you kidding me?
That's why they set up the portal between Silvermoon and Undercity so they can get a breather.
They're like, I need to go back to. I need to go.
I need something real quick. Are your eyes watering? Yeah, it's just allergies.
It's
Allergies.
Trust me.
You're telling me a dwarf smells good?
Are you kidding me?
What?
People with that long of a beard know how to take care of their beard.
I don't
they
see.
smell like ale.
They would smell like alcohol and like cedar.
What would you rather smell? A literal rotting corpse or alcohol?
Rotting I'm kidding.
No, because listen.
The Forsaken are a bunch of wimps who betrayed their kings.
In what way? Because, like, the Forsaken betrayed. I mean, at the very least, the smell of gunpowder melted fire would matter. See? Colonel agrees with me.
Alright. But, like, which kings did they betray?
Dwarves probably smell like alcohol and ash, yeah. Again, much better than literal. And that's why BE Blood Elves can't be in the Horde, because it's commonly known that elves are super hot in their Horde.
Smell like flowers.
I'm just saying, because if you think of Blood Elf, King as in the Lich King, well, but technically that Forsaken didn't do that. Arthas caused the Scourge to raid Lordran and kill a bunch of people, thus raising Forsaken. And then, so Arthas betrayed the King, not the Forsaken.
Yeah, and that was technically Ner'zhul.
See, the real, if we went to Shadowlands and Ner'zhul's like, I've been behind pulling the strings the entire time, we're like, yeah, we know.
We know that Ner'zhul.
Thank you, Ner'zhul.
We know that Ner'zhul.
Thank you. We know that is you the whole time. He's like, impossible.
Impossible. You don't
Many
know that.
Forsaken were victims of the plague, forced against their will to destroy everything they love. Forsaken regained free will. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's why you said it like that? Well, yeah. And that's, again, that goes back to, like, why Sylvanas loved the Forsaken, was to help them.
Don't get me
They weren't-
started on her the character assassination.
They weren't in charge, like, they weren't in charge of their bodies. They didn't know what they were doing. I mean, they could have been awake the entire time, but they
You're
were
not gonna make
forced
this,
to
by
do
the
it.
way.
I'll make it. It's fine.
I agree. That's why I like the story of the Forsaken a lot. Oh, you're an Ellen.
I know, I'm about to go past Stormwind. I don't know if I'll survive.
I don't know if you'll survive this.
Of course I'll survive this. I'll survive it.
They never explained how Arthas taking up the helm of the nomination didn't allow him to regain control of Forsaken. Besides, they just thought really hard.
Yes!
Good job, good job.
Thank you. It was because he was weakened. He got in a fight with Illidan.
He got in a fight with Illidan, and then Sylvanas poisoned him. And he was weakened to the point where Ner'zhul had to kind of Deus Ex Machina him back to Northrend for him to regain power. Because remember, he didn't have the helm until...
He didn't have the full set of armor. He just was using the sword.
So he was fighting at half power. This is only half my power.
Yeah. And he was so wounded he had to freeze himself in ice until, what, 10 years later?
Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm saying after he did get it. Yeah, I'd have to look. Again, I'm not the Horde player.
Maybe Sylvanas found a way.
I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm just not remembering at the current moment. Where's my phone?
That is weird. I've never thought about that before. Because the Nerubians and all the Scourge on Northrend followed him by his side. There's gotta be a reason.
Found my phone.
Was it like the new form of blight that Sylvanas was working on? That's kind of helped them? Because she was still working on that to save her people. I always thought it was because he was too weakened. From what I remember, they write off as Sylvanas and the Forsaken just really hard as Davery. Oh. Oh!
Yeah, you're right.
Wait,
His
which
power
one?
warned after Illidan's attack at the Frozen Throne. This weekend allowed the undead to break free and regain their free will, leading Sylvanas to reclaim her body and gather other free-willed undead to form the Forsaken.
And then once, who is it? What are you looking for?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm popping my knee.
Dude. Once, where was I at? When you make a Forsaken, there's like some quests where they talk about how it's hard to keep sane. And then some people fall to it. And then they become those walkers or lurkers or whatever. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically...
I think they just constantly fight it.
Sylvanas got to them first, and she was able to convince them to basically, don't whisper, listen to the whispers. And I'm like, okay.
Don't listen to the whispers. Oh, wow. How close can I swim to Stormwind?
I don't think too close, because I think they shoot you with arrows.
I'm afraid some griffins are going to come down and get me.
Stormwind. So much better design than Orgrimmar. Especially
No.
the portal system.
That I will fight to the end of the world.
Because I'm thinking of this from the perspective of StarCraft Brood War, where the second Overmind, if allowed to mature, would retake control of the entire swarm, but the same not apply for Arthas. I don't know how... The problem is he was weakened severely, and by the time you get... to regain control would take a long time, and would be harder, so he might have just ran them off. You gotta think about it, he might have just ran them off as lost causes.
Maybe it was harder for him to control a fresh mind. Because remember, he, like, just killed those Loridians.
Mm-hmm.
But the Scourge that you see throughout the world, they were, like, dead for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then he rose them from the dead to create the army.
Right, so maybe it is hard. Well, because, you know, it's harder to take over the mind of somebody you know, you're like, he just killed him, and he said, hey.
Which, why is there so many dead bodies in Northrend?
In Northern?
Yeah. Like, you know, with the cinematic shot of Warcraft when he stabs the ice and Sindragosa comes out of it, and then there's that whole entire army of Forsaken, or, like, Scourge. Like,
I imagine it's the people. Remember, he burnt ships, so they couldn't leave Northern.
oh, that's true.
So it's probably the old army. I put those there for later. Cold keeps them fresh.
Gold keeps them fresh. Welcome, Low Poly.
Cold keeps them fresh. He put them in the freezer for later.
Yeah.
Low Poly did it. What about Sylvanas? Sylvanas regained her... It's a huge moment, I believe. I've never played Warcraft 3, but from what I hear, it's like a huge moment of her gaining her humanity. Because Arthas had a temporary lapse. And he killed her, trapped her in the sword, and then she was able to reclaim her sanity and her body after Arthas was weakened.
Yeah, that was another thing they had to do, was her body was cast aside and she became the Banshee.
Mm-hmm.
But so that she didn't have a whole body, they had to keep her body along with them. Why did they do that?
I think it was a trophy for Arthas to remind her that he always will have control over her.
That's
as long as
goofy.
he has her body. Or he was a necrophiliac, I don't know.
Can't say that nowadays.
Oh, he's a beep! I don't have Diosa to beat me, alright? No, I'm not the cursing one. Angleye's the cursing one.
I am the you just never curse at all.
I don't curse. I don't drink. I'm the perfect human specimen. Vote for me.
Vote for me.
Queen of Stormwind.
Need a beep button. I've been wanting one of those, or like for the button to say something weird.
Have Diosa set up for you.
But like
For stream.
like you know those like that
Well,
was easy. Like one of those buttons.
Would it sync up to your mic?
Just as long as it plays out loud. I mean, I could create a soundboard and just play that.
Mm.
But I was thinking like a physical button. Because
Yeah.
there's something like physical about hitting a physical button because it's a physical button.
Yeah, except you would forget to hit it, curse it, and hit the button.
Need a beat button. What the? That was easy.
That was easy.
Alright, I'm past Stormwind. I feel comfortable now.
Oh boy, it's chilly out.
It is.
We got into a long talk about the Forsaken. Do you guys have any other questions about maybe the Alliance that Angli can't answer because he's a nerd?
No one likes the Alliance. No one has any questions about the Alliance.
Before the retcon?
No one cares about the... See? No one cares about the Alliance.
You gave him 2 seconds.
No, they don't deserve types time. Alright?
Listen, I think both factions can be great. Blizzard just forgets how to write the Horde 99% of the time.
True.
I'm like, what do you mean we have this awesome character named Thrall?
Actually.
We have this actually awesome character named Thrall, and he just F's off 99% of the time.
I wish they would write more about the Tauren.
The Tauren deserve a chance at the spotlight, especially after Bane setting out his butt for shout. I'll never get over that.
Yeah.
For like 3 years. Actually, he's Green Jesus. I like the Alliance. See? People are on my side.
Actually, he's Green Jesus.
I mean, I really like the Alliance. I like the bet. Oh my gosh, did you guys see the Hanar starting zone? Please tell me you have.
Oh, it's so stupid.
I'm so angry. I haven't seen it play out in full yet, so
Are they officially Alliance?
Mm.
Or are they neutral?
They're neutral.
So they're Horde and Alliance.
I like the Alliance, but I also like things about the Horde. Yeah, same. I like the Alliance, but I also like the Horde.
You're a traitor, Colonel.
I like both factions. I really do. I think both. I just think Blizzard can't write for crap. Well, okay, I used to like Modern. I just placed together what you're doing. Good luck, man. Yeah, Anglai, explain what you're doing for Lil Polly.
Sorry, Lil Polly, it is WoW's anniversary, the 21st, and I'm making my way to the Caverns of Time. But I have to make it all the way there from making a Blood Elf. So I'm making my way down to Djibouti Bay. But that causes problems because it will only take me up to Ratchet, which isn't that, it doesn't feel that close. And then I'll still have to make my way down. I was going by land, but I kept dying in the Plague Lands.
Djibouti Bay.
Djibouti Bay. I have to make my way down to Djibouti Bay.
Lil Polly, don't log on for the anniversary. It's literally a copy and paste from last year's.
It is. Literally, the only thing different is balloons that make a 0 into a 1. Unless if you're an achievement hunter. Is he considered a Jesus figure just because he saved a ton of orcs? Yeah, I think that's why.
I think people call him that because he above an outhouse. Dry, what do you think about a fan-made Day of the Lich King? Like, what do you mean?
The Day of the Dead?
Yeah, like a Day of the Dead or like a comic or what do you mean, Colonel?
Like in-game hating the Lich King. But then you have, like, the cultists that are like, I kind of like him.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't that bad of a guy. Just
Sorry,
a day
work
people
question.
honor the Lich King. Who in the game would honor the Lich King except for, like, cultists?
1 second here. Sorry, work stuff.
Gotta love work. I always thought they called him Green Jesus because he was always so nice to everyone and helping, like, not just the orcs, but like other races.
Okay, sorry about that.
Not the
good.
current one.
Okay, well the problem is that the Lich King, it's kind of, I mean,
He's dead.
well, yeah, but people see him as a martyr. What do you want me to talk about first, Thrall or the Lich King? Because I have some thoughts on both.
Dive into Thrall first.
Thrall, the reason they call him Green Jesus, which honestly they probably should call him Moses, because
He was sent down the river.
well, not only that, but he's like, let my people go.
That's true.
And the only difference is, Thrall didn't send plagues after the people when Pharaoh said no. Green Moses.
Green Moses.
That's what I'm saying. Because Jesus, yeah, he... On a different note, have you worried about your Christmas gifts? No. Listen, I bought one. Angelai has no idea what's coming, though.
I have no idea what I'm doing for Christmas.
I got Angelai 2 gifts.
Disgusting.
Gifts.
Wait, I know one of them, but I
does.
forgot what it was.
He does know what they are, but he has a
Both?
terrible memory. Yes.
I don't know.
I've gotten... Jesus has long hair and Thrall does it, so check me. He's right.
He has long hair. He just has a huge balding spot.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not gonna dive into that. I could. My Frostmourne is supposed to come next week, but I have a good idea for a meme to come. I love it.
10 out of 10.
Now Arthur's Day or the Lich King Day, not a lot of people would celebrate it. It's kind of like if you made a really bad person day, and people are just like, we're supposed to celebrate.
Insert bad person here. Let's celebrate him.
Plus, Jaina would go crazy because she's like, why are you insulting my ex-boyfriend? Like, Jaina, it's been 20 years. Let it go. No, probably not. But I have Angelai's gifts. I'm excited to see what he gets me.
Well, yeah, I definitely have gifts for you. I just can't talk about it. Anyway.
Well, not yet. It's not even December.
Yeah, see? So Arthas, well, it started with Ner'zhul, and then Arthas kind of stabbed Ner'zhul's sword, or soul, and then Bolfar took over. But then the crown was taken away, so now we don't have a Lich King anymore.
No. Which you think is a much bigger deal.
They hyped it up so much.
Then people are treating it. Is it a picture of shirtless Andon? I hope so.
Ooh.
I hope it's him laying on a couch with a rose in his mouth.
I got you an Anduin body pillow. Just flip it to the other side.
Angle, I knows how much I hate body pillows. Bolvar would be Day of the Wimp King.
Wimp King.
I don't know. Problem is that if you celebrate something like that, people are going to get upset, and then you have the Twilight cultists go like, "We're just here to celebrate." Yeah, it's on a piano with sensual lighting. I love it. Angle, you know what to be now.
I don't like what they did to the Lich King. Like, I understand, like, the idea behind the shattering of the crown, and then they reforged it to give it to a guy in another dimension to organize souls, which he doesn't need.
No.
So, why not reforge the crown for us to use on our plane of existence to put the Scourge back in check? Because they did riot. In the beginning of the expansion, there was that event where the Scourge did go nuts.
I don't know. I'm not sure what Blizzard, or they're just ignoring him.
ChatGPT generate.
Easy. What's funny though is that in our country, it's baby Jesus who brings the presents instead of Santa. And
Really?
since the most of basically atheists, a green Jesus could bring the gifts just as well. I mean, that's true. Also,
That's interesting.
I find it funny that's specifically baby Jesus,
Oh, yeah.
not like fully grown man Jesus. So how would a baby deliver presents? That
What?
wagons.
Wagons. He's... Move!
No, I think canonically it's a dwarf who's Santa Claus in World of Warcraft who brings the presents.
I meant in his country.
No, I know. I'm just talking about WoW now.
Oh, yeah, wow. Where it's like an orc or a dwarf. But then back to real life, there is a country where it's a log that poops out the presents. So you put down the log, you put a coat over its backside, and you hide the presents under it, and then you have the kids smack the log and sing a little song, and then you unveil the presents, and it pooped out the presents.
Nice.
It's the Christmas log.
But I'm not making fun. I think that's really cool. I don't know many traditions around the world for countries. I think that's really cool.
I think it's cool. I always
Just
like hearing
imagine
other
the
countries'
baby-
traditions.
Just imagining the baby thrall trying to deliver presents. That's hilarious.
He sends them by a river. See, kids, we go down by a river, and then the presents appear because baby Jesus gave us the presents.
Listen, I mean, I want a petition now all of a sudden. I want it to be baby or green Moses instead of green Jesus because, you know.
He's more canonical.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
He's more canonical. He set his people free and then let them in the desert for 40 years.
Hey.
Magic, don't question it. Exactly.
Magic. Gotta love magic.
We're children. We do not question it. I'm surprised that people call... Sorry, I'm a huge Bible nerd too because I grew up in it. So now I know a lot of information about the Bible.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I got 2 trophies because of my Bible knowledge.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What a nerd.
They were great trophies. You could get them anywhere. You just memorize a bunch of verses and then bam, you're done.
Having a Bible off. Let's go. It sounds like a rap off, but for Bible quotes.
Dude, they had competitions where you memorize a bunch of verses. It was a huge deal. I don't know if they do it anymore. I don't remember what it was called, but it's funny to think about.
I'm getting closer to Djibouti Bay. Very close, actually. Wish I could just grab a boat.
Grab
You
a
know.
boat. Grab a boat.
Give me a boat.
Steal it. What do you mean? This is Westfall. Nobody cares.
It's so true. The Defias.
The Defiance Brotherhood. Yeah. But yeah, I hope. I doubt that people. It's not as catchy as Green Jesus though. So.
That's true. Oh, he's very for the Alliance.
What's his name? Trigon? But it's only level 5. You could take him in a fight.
Maybe. I am level 3.
Dark. What do you... You have all your shopping done? Do you celebrate Christmas?
Gotta get ready. Wait, do you put... I highly doubt it, but do you put a tree out?
That's a good question.
Does baby Jesus put it like in stockings in under a tree, or...
What culture is it that... Don't they leave their shoes out, or am I thinking of something else?
I think I've heard of that one. Where instead of stockings, it's like shoes.
Jake, oh god, I need to do some shopping. I do. Yeah, well, we all need to do some shopping.
We all do.
If we were... Listen, we're not sponsored by Amazon, but if we were, there might be some deals going on.
To be honest, I hate Amazon.
We all hate it, but we all need to use it. It's like Google.
I'm not a fan of like shopping online. I don't trust it. It's not in my hand. That's why I hate online shopping.
Angeliza Boomer confirmed.
You don't know how old I am.
I do. That's the sad part. We're the same age.
Shh, don't tell people that.
Guys, Angeli's 40,000 years old.
Oh, quit ruining it.
Colonel, you put up a tree.
I think we jokingly... So, like, with Dry and Angeli, the characters, the human, paladin, and night elf druid, those are actually kind of our mains. And we were like, how old would Dry be? And what did you say?
Well, so about like almost 6,000 years old, maybe over 10. I don't remember. I looked it up.
Because you were around for like main events.
Yeah. And what I find the most interesting is that in America, there's a counterpart to our St. Nicholas who walks with a devil to scare children. In USA, that role is basically played by the Grinch.
So, wait, is that... And it's not, what's his name? Krampus?
Krampus, yeah. I don't think Krampus is American. I think it's German. No, I'm gonna Google this.
I believe in Flunterschlausch. You have an alliance as your main. See now, okay, hold up.
I was right. It's German. Let's go.
But Low Poly says Belterschnickel.
Beldenschnickel?
Belschnickel. But it's not Krampus.
Well, you're making Jake cry, so explain yourself.
I'm sorry. Okay, so what's actually going on? You're gonna go cry in the corner now. I've made a bunch of Horde characters. And then I created a Blood Elf Death Knight, and I played him from Wrath of the Lich King till Miss of Pandaria. And that was all on my brother's account. And then I got my own account, and I created a Blood Elf Paladin. And I played him all the way up till Shadowlands. And then in Shadowlands, I joined Dry's guild, and they were all Alliance, and there was no cross at that time. So I had to do an Alliance character. So I created Angeli, which actually was a different Angeli. It was actually a Night Elf Druid, and I hate him. So I was like, I need to go back to being a Paladin. So I created the human Paladin Angeli, and I played him up till now. But around Dragonflight, I believe, I got a hold of my brother, and I was like, man, I really miss my old Death Knight. Like, can we transfer him? And he's like, yeah, sure, we could do that. Keep in mind, he hasn't been on that account for like years. I think I was like the last one to play on it. And then he finally gave me the character, and I've been leveling him up. So,
Alright, I just bought Angeli's Christmas gift.
Another one?
Yeah.
How dare you? So
I have only a few gifts I found at home. I'm ready to pass them on to somebody else. I love wrapping presents. That's one of my favorite things.
I like wrapping. I don't mind it.
I love wrapping presents.
Boots and cats.
Boots and cats. kids. I have 4 brothers, and all of them come to be like, "Can you wrap this?" So, okay, you're redeemed. How's your birthday, Dry? Thank you. My birthday was in October. I had a great day. Angle got me some nice presents.
Yeah.
And we ate cake, and I hung out with my family and my puppies.
Oh.
It was really good. I had a really good birthday. It was very laid back. We watched The Office
A lot.
while eating pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do a lot for my birthday because I'm an introvert. I don't like going out to places, but fudge.
I think once my Death Knight gets to max level, I'll switch to him.
Well, the problem was, too, when Eagle joined us is before Blizzard allowed the Horde and Alliance to join guilds together and stuff like that. That's why he played Alliance, so he could join my guild.
But now there's cross faction, which reminds me, if you guys do play World of Warcraft retail as Angrimarsh, you can join our guild, the Rewritten. What's cool about it? Our banners and tabards, they're pretty cool.
And I might dox Angle, so you know.
How dare you?
I felt introverted. Oh, yes, I'm extremely introverted.
Very.
It's a miracle Angle and I met each other. Aww. Wormrest. I used to be in, I forget the name. I'd have to see a realm list.
Could they not? Oh yeah, they can't join the guild.
You have to have a sister server.
Lame.
I think the idea of RP is cool to me, but I'm very, very, very shy and awkward. So I cannot RP to save my life. I've tried and I got kicked out. I am not good at it.
I was on an RP server all the way up until I joined you. I was on Emerald Dream. And so it was kind of interesting, like, seeing the RPers around me, but I just never did anything.
Yeah, it was funny to see, because Angelite came into my guild, and I was doing Mythic Pluses, raiding, and a bunch of stuff, and then he's like...
I've never done any
I've
of
never
that.
done this. A lot of people are very shy, but most people are cool with it. That's good, at
That's
least.
cool.
I never know what to say. Because I remember I tried D&D for the first time. I tried talking, and the dungeon master kept interrupting me, like, no, do it like this. No, do it like this. And I was like,
That's just a horrible DM.
Okay. And I got overwhelmed and nervous, so I quit. Because he kept interrupting me to correct me, and I got nervous. So, I won't do that. If you interrupt me to correct me, I will shut down. That's bad demon. Well, it might have been, yeah. He didn't really know what he was doing either, and I was like, can I not? Play how you want. That's the fun. I tried, and I kept getting interrupted to say, no, that's not how you do it.
Yeah, that's a horrible DM.
Yeah, so maybe someday it'd be fun to, like,
In the
maybe on
future.
Patreon we'll do, like, a DMing of
Warcraft rewrite.
Oh, it wasn't a big deal. It was with friends, but he just was like, no, say it how Dry would say it. I'm like, I am. Because I am her.
I am Dry. Yeah, like, okay, so whenever we create a character, we kind of, like, give them their own story and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say Dry is like you. You
Yeah,
are
Dry
Dry.
is me. Anglai has Dirk, and I have his wife, Franny.
You'll see her in the future. We
Franny-
kind of hinted at her already.
We have, yeah, because the priest goes out to coffee with Franny every Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's not her voice. I just like saying Tuesday like that.
Tuesday.
I tried to do it. Anglai's better at voices than I am. I can't do voices to save my life. I have Dry.
You're really good at Franny.
Well, yeah, after a while. I had to talk like her for a week.
Dirk.
No. Dick?
There you go. I love it.
Dick?
What do you want?
I'm not good at voices, okay? I get embarrassed, but... I have to say Dirk. That's kind of the trigger word that gets me going.
That's what I always say. Think of a trigger word. I can't remember Dirk's because now I could just flow into it.
Anglai destroyed his vocal cords, so now he can talk like however he wants.
Yeah. And not, I'm kind of restricted.
Singing.
Chain smoking.
I don't. Well, no.
What?
I don't want to start chain
No,
smoking.
don't smoke. Don't smoke.
But Low Poly said it's fine.
No, don't smoke. I have had cigars. I've never had a cigarette in my life.
I can't stand the smell. I'm sorry. It makes me gag.
That's understandable. I don't know. I did dumb things when I was a kid, and I completely wrecked my vocal cords.
Mm-hmm. Someday I'll get good at voices, but never like. I naturally have a lisp, just without my retainers too. Anglai makes fun of me for it.
I have never made fun of you for it.
You have.
Okay, that was one time.
Little Polly, he bullies me.
That's not true.
Alright, do you want to get to Booty Bay and probably end stream?
Yeah.
We gotta get some stuff. We got adult responsibilities to do, guys.
Who's an
Holds
adult?
mana crystal like a cigarette. I'm just over it, you know?
I'm just over it.
Exactly. Angril.
Angie.
What's Anglai's and I ship name? Is it Dry Grill?
Drylian.
Drylian.
I don't know. I always find that weird when
Ship
people
names?
do
Oh.
ship names.
I like it. It's like dry.
Anglian.
Anglian.
I don't know.
We'll come up with a better ship name and tell you guys.
Dryl.
Dryl.
Drill.
Dryl.
Dryl. I make you out of clay. Dryl. I play with you every day. Hey.
Exactly. Ah! I'm sliding off my chair. Ah. Listen.
I don't know. Dryl's now stuck in my head.
Oh no, don't make that become it. Little Polly, tell me you have something better. Jake. Colonel,
Anyone.
please, anybody.
Anyone. They're all leaving. They're dropping like flies.
Yeah, it's Friday at 3:42. People want to do things.
Nah, it's fine. Alright. It's a good thing there's no PvP here.
You made it to Booty Bay. How do you feel, Anglai?
I feel good. I'm halfway there on my journey. The next live stream, I'll get straight there.
I don't have a shit. I'm too unemployed. I like that.
I'm too unemployed.
Well, when your certificate out there, what's a ship name? I will be reminded of this conversation, Jake.
Let me show you. Oh wow, I died a lot. 4 times.
You're bad.
I'm horrible at this game.
You're
and I had
bad.
to cheat. I had to swim in the
cheated?
ocean.
Oh.
I had to swim in the ocean.
Yeah.
I
no
didn't
wonder.
even walk through the zones.
Jake's too employed for this stream. He's bored. Maybe I'll finally. Yes, join the
Yeah,
Discord.
do it.
We'll
if I go
join.
over
If you join the Discord, we post exclusive photos, mostly
Memes.
memes. Yeah, mostly memes. But when we finally do face reveals, we'll post some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Especially for the event coming up, maybe this weekend. I don't know.
There will be something big around the corner. So we have an angle eye, but this was.
Love memes. We post the best memes. Anglai and I and Diosa are hilarious. Colonel, though, posts the most because, you know.
That's true. This was my original main on my brother's account, and I brought him over, and I love him. He feels like me. Alright.
Well, why'd you dress him dumb?
To be honest, I don't remember. Alright, I think we're gonna head out now.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye, y'all.
I'm Jai. That's